Hey everybody, I am so excited. Join me. I am going to be doing some experimentation. If you remember back, I did some Tack-It method glitter tumblers. And I got some new mica and I thought, could we do the same thing with mica? Friends, I can't wait for you to see. And you get a bonus. I also show you how to do a pen. So yay! Anyways, hey, by the way, I'm Colette with Blessings Craft Therapy if you didn't know. And if you did, thank you so much for coming back. All right, join me for the experiment. Let's get to it. Okay, friends, let's get started with this experiment. Now, I'm going to start with the pen because if it doesn't work, I haven't really lost a ton, right? So I got these pens from Michael's. They're actually sublimation pens. So we're going to take the pen apart, and all you're going to do is unscrew the bottom, take out the ink and the little springy thing, take those out, and then the top is going to just pull out, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff in it. Easy to take out though. And now we have the case. Now I have a dowel and I wrapped this masking tape around it so that it would fit this pen just to hold it securely. And I'm just going to put that in. Ta-da! Perfect. All right. So now we're going to use some Tack-It over and over. Yes, it has to be Tack-It over and over, or at least this is what I'm using. I put it on my pen and I smooth it out. You want to have it nice and smooth. You don't want to have a bunch of bubbles or anything like that. Then let it dry. And when I say by dry, it is going to be tacky, but you won't have any residue on your finger. Does that make sense? Okay, so now we have this mica. And we're going to do some with, this is a really soft brush. And I'm just putting some mica on it and I'm just swirling it on to the pen that has the Tack-It on it. And friends, it works. It looks so beautiful. The video does not do it justice, in my opinion. I am so excited. First of all, I love purple. So hello, this works for me. But this is great, especially if you're doing stuff and you want to do if you want to do vinyl on it, you could seal this and do vinyl so much faster than if you wanted to do, like if you were doing glitter or whatever, you have to put a lot of sealing layers on it for it to get nice and flat. This flat. So awesome. Yes, I am doing some hot pink because these are my colors, pink and purple. And I am ombreing them. So I start at the bottom and work my way up. And again, I'm just putting it on and kind of swirling it. And look at how beautiful. What? Right? I know. So now I'm going to seal it. I'm using Crystal X Grand Finale. And I did 3 coats, 2 hours in between each coat. I probably didn't even need to do that many coats, but look at, it is so smooth and shiny and beautiful and subtle. And it's not wicked sparkly, but it is, if that makes sense. So then we're going to put our pen back together. We're just doing the opposite of what we did to take it apart. Make sure that that top is all the way flush to your pen. Okay, and then we're going to put the ink part back in along with the little spring, and we're just going to screw the tip back on, and that's it. And let me also tell you, it's a weighty pen, so it's heavy, and it writes beautiful. I'm just saying. Look at how pretty. Ah, it worked. Okay, well, it worked. So now we have to try it on a tumbler. I got this tumbler at Michael's, and it is a stainless steel tumbler, double walled. It is very similar to a Stanley, friends. So, and let me just show you. I just take off the top and put that aside. We'll use it later, but awesome, right? Then I'm going to, a lot of you, when I did my Tack-It method one, suggested I unscrew the handle. So that's what I'm doing. I unscrewed the handle. Easy enough. It was fine. And then I'm going to take some of the masking tape and I'm going to cover that silver part on the top. I just didn't want to go over that. I like it. I think it looks nice. So I'm just going to tape it off just to make sure that I don't mess it up. So we're going to put that on the top. It's easier said than done. Listen, I can't draw a straight line, and apparently nor can I tape a straight line. It's fine. So we get it all on there. And then if I were to do this again, I would leave more room on the tape so that I could make a little fold over edge so that it's easier to take off later. But I just pop it in the center of, put it inside the cup-ish. Then I take some, this is just rubbing alcohol in a cloth and I'm just washing it down. Then we're going to use Tack-It over and over again. I probably used a little too much. I was a little too heavy-handed. And if I were to do this again, which I'm sure I will, I would use a Wet n Wild makeup brush instead of this makeup brush. Only because it gave a little bit more brush strokes than I actually wanted. But how it turns out, friends, stay with me to the end so you can see, because it looks like brushed metal, if that makes any sense. So we're going to just make sure we put this Tack-It on so that it doesn't have a lot of, see how there's like a lot of lines where it's a little bit more heavy in one spot than another. You want to try to get it as even as you can. Again, it's not the end of the world if you don't, but it just gives a better effect. And I just do this all the way around. And I found going it around the cup like this worked better than going up and down. Just a little tip. It may not work like that for you. You may like doing it another way. But again, a Wet n Wild fluffy makeup brush probably work better for brush strokes if you want to reduce the brush strokes. And I went around where the handles attach. I went around all of it. Easy peasy. And again, if you wanted to reapply, you could. I didn't think I needed to at all. And I'm using a lilac colored cup, so that helps a great deal as well. Remember, whatever color cup you have, it is going to kind of pull that color when you put the mica on top. Now I'm drying this, and I am using my heat gun because I ain't got no time to wait for this to dry. But when again I say dry it, I mean it is going to dry, but it's still going to be sticky. But if you touch it, it's not going to leave any stickiness on your finger. Does that make sense? So it's not like touching Mod Podge. When Mod Podge is wet, you're going to get Mod Podge on your finger. This, when it's dry, is nothing gets on your hand, which works like a dream. This is the Wet n Wild brush that I was talking about earlier that I should have used for putting on the Tack-It, but I'm using it to use for our mica. And no, I'm not worried about the bottom because, and I will show you at the end, I have this really cool thing I found at Michael's to put on it, so it's really fun. I'm using the same mica, and I'm dabbing it on and then kind of swirling it, trying to, kind of get it to lay down onto the cup. This stuff is really light, and it goes into the air very easily, so just be mindful of that. The other thing is a little goes a long way. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. It does not make nearly the mess that glitter does. So there's that. And so I just go as far up the cup as you want. You can do as many colors as you want. I'm doing just the tube just because these are my brand colors, but whatever you think is fine. And again, I kind of dabbing, kind of making it look a little bit like cloudy, just so we can ombre the two colors. And I'm using whatever falls off, I'm using on the cup again. So no worries, nothing is lost. Then I went in, after I did this, I went in with the hot pink. And listen, I'm going to tell you right now, friends, make sure you do this over the color that you're doing. If not, you're going to get pink in with your purple or whatever color you're using. I know, it sounds elementary. You'd think I'd know that. Rookie mistake, I know. But again, all I'm doing is dabbing it on, and then I just swirl it. Oh, I'm telling you, again, this video does not do it justice. It looks so pretty. And I don't know if you can tell now, but you see the brush strokes that I was telling you about? Again, it looks like brushed metal to me, and I'm there for it. But if I were to do it again, I would want to try, maybe I'll try it again, just using the other brush to see if I could reduce the amount of brush strokes. But listen, I don't care who we are. This makes me happy, makes me smile. Cups in general, cups and pens and notebooks, whew, those are my jam. But, and this was so easy to clean up and to do all the things. Then I did a little bit of mixing the two micas just to keep that ombre line so it didn't look so purple then pink. I wanted it to be gradual. So that's what I did there. And look at how pretty it is. I can't. Ah! All right, so remember that Crystalite Grand Finale? We're going to do the same thing using this same brush. I actually didn't even wash the brush or anything. I used the same brush, and I'm doing Crystalite Grand Finale. I did 3 coats. Again, 2 hours in between each coat. Do nice thin coats. If for this one, I actually just let it drip dry, which means I just set it down. I didn't put it on a cup turner or anything. But if you do that, you want to make sure you do very thin layers. If not, because it's self-leveling, it'll want to drip if it's too excessive. So just keep that in mind. But holy Toledo, friends, this, my jam. Oh my goodness gracious me. It, makes me so happy. And you know, the funny thing is my daughter saw it and she went, and this is my goal every time I do a video, she goes, Mom, okay, I win. All right, so this is the 3 coats. I let them dry 2 hours in between each coat, and now we're going to take that tape off carefully. Don't go crazy. Go slow. Take the tape off, and then we're going to add our handle back on. And it really, just take your time doing it, because you could scratch the cup if you're not, you know, paying attention and you're going crazy. But I just put the little screws back in, screwed it in, did the top and the bottom. There's one on the inside that's a little bit more challenging, but I did it. And friends, if I could do it, you could do it. I didn't even have to call my husband down to do it for me. Look how great. See? I did it. I was so proud of myself. But look at how pretty. Are you kidding? And then, this is what I was telling you about earlier. This little silicone bottom thing was on sale at Michael's. And so I put that on the bottom. Awesome. Right? It looks perfect. And then they also had color changing straws. So I put the purple one on. And yeah, I'm jazzed. Super jazzed. Woo, look at how cute it is. Oh my goodness. Anyways, friends, yes, I know. I'll try to calm down. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope this inspires you.